Hello, this is 5 Questions with Calgary's Business, time when we ask 5 key questions to community and business leaders in Calgary. I'm your host Mario Tanaguzzi. Joining me today is Sandip Lalli, President and CEO of the Calgary Chamber. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you.
When we look at the challenges and the times that business owners have faced in Calgary these days in the last couple of years, how much of that can be laid at the blame of governments, whatever level of government that is?
Sure, absolutely. One of the things that we've seen here from all 3 levels of government and successive governments is the erosion of competitiveness. So we can 100% look to our government policies and regulations to say that it has stifled growth in Calgary for sure, and we've seen it nationally occur as well. And what I mean by that is the layered costs that have been added into businesses at the worst times.
Mm-hmm. So when you look at the different levels of government, let's start with the municipal government. What is the main thing you as a chamber would like to see the municipal government do to help business?
Well, currently it's the property tax situation between residential and non-residential and the assessment values. We really encourage City Council to make bold decisions and systemically address the issue of property tax, because once you systemically address it, that gives businesses certainty, and we like certainty.
Okay, so we have a provincial election coming up April 16th. There will be a new government, could be the NDP, could be Conservatives. Whatever government comes in, what would you like them to do for business?
Absolutely. So we launched our policy platform in January in anticipation of a provincial election, and we had 5 key principles in that, and we say that those principles are cores of good economic policy, and that's what we're looking for. And in the principles we talk about corporate tax reform. In that front and center, we talk about regulatory certainty, good governance, market access, and skills. If you can couple those things together in good economic policy and have those as tenets, that's what we want the next government to look at.
Okay, we'll also have a next government in October federally.
Yes.
No matter who's in there, the same thing. What is the key thing that you want to see from a federal government?
Sure. Like I say, all 3 levels of government have impacted competitiveness. None more than the federal government with their federal policies that have really eroded, as I say, competitiveness. One of the key things we want to see is a conversation and a recognition from coast to coast that our natural resources are a fabric of our economy here. So market access is one thing, Bill C-69 is another thing, but we really need policies from the federal government in their platforms that say, this is how we will pull the natural resources economy forward.
Okay, so if all those levels of government really don't listen to the business community, what are the consequences?
Well, you're seeing it in Calgary. You're seeing shrinking businesses. You're seeing businesses go out. We're hiring less people, or you have part-time contract work, which again increases the uncertainty in your household, but also in your business. And so the market share and the shrinking economy is going to occur. It is occurring because we continue to erode our competitiveness. And so that's what's at risk. So it's interesting to put on the table things for social programs and all that, but you gotta keep that in balance with a vibrant economy.
Okay, thank you, Sandip, for joining us today. That was 5 Questions with Calgary's Business. I'm your host, Mario Tanaguzzi. Thanks for joining us today.